But no, Beth, your goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marbles. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.
Hey everyone, welcome to the CVRcade group rides with the Journey Cup and all of those canceled. We're doing group rides today at Zone T. Coming up first, we have 4 laps of Cityscape New York City. There's Uncrashable as an ability. We'll go into those details as we go through, but no one can crash down with that. Then Supers, I think there's unlimited uses of Comeback Kid, which gives you extra watts, and Quantum Shift, which lets you go through people. But we'll see how those are played out because we also have a leader and a sweeper, the leader being Kayla Laguna and the sweeper being Vanessa Maurhan. And we're going to go to Kayla now because she is the leader. We're going to let her talk about the pace that's going to be coming up, just what she's doing in the lead, and so everyone else can follow and have some fun tonight. So Kayla, take it away.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Yeah, no, it's going to be a nice ride tonight. It's just going to be getting the legs moving on this one. Like you said, we got 4 laps of Cityscape New York, so I'm going to just kind of break it down into different intervals. We have the first 3 minutes are just going to be around 250, keeping the pace of 250 equalized watts, and then from there we'll go to a 1 minute 350, and just staying around there, and then kind of switching in between those intervals. So 3 minutes of 250 equalized watts, 1 minute of 350 equalized watts just to get some power in there. And then we'll switch back down to 250 equalized watts and then switch back to 350 equalized watts for 1 minute. So we'll just keep switching between those intervals, and it's each lap on Cityscape New York is around 6 minutes. So just going to keep to that pace because we're going to have 4 laps on that. So there's wind on here too. And I'm going to be the leader, so I'm going to be setting that pace. But just know that if you're feeling that you have more effort or you can go stronger than that you can, because you can go at least 10 meters in front of me. And then we're just going to try to keep that pace and just be with the group. So we're going to start here right now, and then it'll be good. So you'll see me shoot out of the gate a little bit just to kind of get in front and set that pace. But I'm just going to get back down to that 250, and then we'll just keep consistent with each other. And the good thing is that we have the Uncrashable on, like you said, and then we have Comeback Kid. So in case of anybody crashes or anything like that, not crash, but if you just feel like you're falling back behind, you can always use the Comeback Kid to go up. And then we have Quantum Shift in there too, in case you just want to play around and phase through players if you see yourself getting a pack and whatnot. But we'll keep this pace for the next 3 minutes, and then I'll shout out when we switch higher to 350.
Thank you for that information. I think we are going to keep your mic open, so just be wary of that. So whenever you want to shout, let it be known, and it will be there. I know this could be a lot of fun. I see Daniel's on a controller as well, so we'll see how all of that mixes together. But I know you lead some classes as well sometimes, don't you? Or is that I can't remember if that was you
definitely.
or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this like similar to those, or?
Yeah, I lead the classes as well. We have them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it's 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. We have a beginners class, and then we also have an endurance class at 5 o'clock right after that. And so the way it's broken down is the beginners class is it's a slower tempo. They have some higher intervals in there, but really just staying in the zone 1, zone 2. And it's 30 minutes of just the beginners, and we usually go to two different maps on there, and then we go to the endurance one right after that. But if you're just filling up for the beginners one, you can do 30 minutes of riding with us, and then we switch to the endurance, and then that is around an hour, and we go to a few different maps as well, and some have elevation, some are flat maps, and those are a little bit higher intervals and higher paces. But the classes are just a great way to get in and learn and just have a nice group ride with everybody and have a social chat, and then also just a good way to be just active on your bike and in the game.
Yep, it
But
sounds
those are
like
Monday,
it.
Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you're watching and you want to be a part of the classes, there you go. You can check the CVRcade Riders page on Facebook as well. I think a lot of times they're posted there. But looks like you're setting that pace. You're still sitting well there. We'll see on the next one. I know the leader earlier in the day, the leader on Cade
Finished the
Peak
3, so
wrecked
we'll
a few times, but
yeah.
now
Now
is
we'll
the
just
pace
switch
going
it
up?
up to the 350 and get that speed going, and we'll do this for another minute, and then we'll go back down to 250. But at least we can get the legs going, keep it moving for 350 for this next minute.
All right. Sounds good. I hope Daniel can keep up on the controller. I know that it can be difficult there keeping up. You look like you're breaking a sweat there, Daniel. How's it going on controller with this group ride?
It's going all right. I think I'm holding the pace fairly decently. Kind of glad I'm on the controller because my legs are a little tired from the 2 Omniums earlier today, so I don't want to do 350 physically. So I'm happy with the controller. I have my crackers here, my tea, so it's gonna be a good time.
Sounds like a good night. Hopefully you can keep up with the finger strength there. Yeah, I know you did the 2 earlier today, so get a good workout in earlier and a rest now. So, but it's good to still see you in here and have you to talk to a little bit. What kind of crackers are those?
There's some kind of like mixed fruit and like whole wheat cracker my roommate had from a bridal shower. They're pretty good. Found them in my cupboard. Decided I was going to eat them all, not share them with anyone.
Hey, I think that's a better snack than Peeps, but I'm not gonna get into that argument because I know that may come back to haunt me if I start saying too much about it. But I'll let you enjoy it, enjoy the ride, enjoy the scenery on this map. But have some fun tonight. I want to see you slam up in front, 10 meters in front, because it's always funny to see that. But but have some fun, and we'll come back to you in a little bit. I think I don't know. Kayla? Is the pace still? Is it slowing down again, or are we still at the
Yeah, we're back down at
where
250. Yeah, we went back down to 250, so I'm just going to continue this pace for the next 3 minutes and just switching in between because, this is just the first event, and it's 4 laps on Cityscape, so just want to make sure we keep a decent pace with everybody and just have a nice warm-up ride, feeling good, and then we have the Cade Peak right after that. So we got plenty of riding, and like I said, if you're feeling more up for it, you can always try to just keep a higher pace. And I'm the leader, so it's that super is just gonna keep you back. You can go at least 10 meters ahead of me, but it's still gonna pull you back, even no matter what, with that ability.
That's fair as we get done with the first lap of 4 here, so we'll let you keep pushing away there. I think we have Nigel in here. I know he wanted to talk about music and life earlier. Before we got in, he said, hey, we can talk about music and life, so let's do that. Let's talk a little bit about music and life. What are you listening to right now?
Gary Moore.
Gary Moore. I don't know if I've ever listened to him before.
Oh, mate, if you're into blues music, Gary Moore, you need to check out Gary Moore.
Okay, I'll look into it. Thanks. Thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah.
I'll write that down and look into it. Everyone else should as well.
He's one of the top blues guitarists of all time. He's dead, died before his time. But if you've heard "Still Got the Blues," that's his song. That's one of his popular songs.
I'm sure that I don't listen to much blues music, but I want to get my expand my taste and listen to some new things. So I will look into it right when we're done with this group ride. So it is good to get those recommendations. So thank you. I'm sure there's people in here. I think Victor just said something about you having legendary music taste. So Victor's on your side there. He appreciates it. um, but now let's talk about life. How's life going? How are you doing? How are things?
Oh, pretty good. So in New Zealand, we've had another 11 cases today. So we're still we're fairly lucky that
Yeah, that's only
we're
like
not as
11.
bad. 11 new cases. So we're up to 39 cases. So all the people that have had COVID-19, they
All right,
basically
gonna pick up to 350.
got it overseas.
Hmm.
Probably time to
Okay,
go again.
well, yeah, time
Yeah.
to pick up the pace. But yeah, no, I hope everything starts settling down with that. I know I don't know. There's there's a lot of things going on. I see Frank down here using his comeback kid and his quantum shift to get back up with the group. Um, but yeah, keep pushing there. Hopefully the cases start to dwindle out and everything kind of gets better around the world with you and around the world. So I'll let you keep listening to your music there, and then I'll listen to it and let you know next time. Next time we're in an omnium together, I will tell you what I thought about it. I'm sure that I will like it though. So thank you for that.
Another song, one to check out. One of his other good songs is The Loner. Check out The Loner by Gary Moore.
I'm going back down to 250.
I will. And now you can relax a little bit. Go down to 250. But this is it's a nice little fun exercise here for everyone. No one has to go super hard. I mean, they are keeping their pace up a little bit. I mean, 250 and 350. It's not all out, but it can get difficult. 350 for 1 minute. Normally doing 350 for a whole map. I see Crucible in the chat. Hopefully you're doing well. Luis says that he likes blues. What was the name again? I think it was Gary Moore was the name. And the group, yes, is down to back to 250. Looks like the slow around this corner here. A little bit of a slowdown. Not sure what's happening here, but we're gonna figure this out. I don't know what's going on, but well, yeah, maybe it's the wind. I know there's wind out on course. But it's good to know that like I'm not doing any work at all, and I am only 4 seconds back from the group. So I'm getting my workout in here just by sitting down and watching, which is always fun. But we do have Vanessa is the sweeper, so no one can go behind Vanessa more than a certain amount of like I think it might be 10 meters. Like the leader, you can't go ahead of Kayla, who's the leader. But my musical interest, if you can tell, I listen to rap mostly, which I think it's fitting, right? But and I'll ask Kayla. Crucible wants to know what your musical interests are.
Honestly, I can listen to anything. I really don't have too much of a. I don't limit anything out. But my favorite artist is.
Answer.
What'd you say?
I said that's a cop-out answer. I'm not. You don't have to say that you don't like the other ones. Well, I listen to like everything, but mostly rap. So I pick rap.
Yeah, no, but really though, I have everything. Like I listen to rap, I listen to country, I listen to pop. My favorite artist is Taylor Swift, so I love listening to her. So yeah, but my favorite artist is definitely her. So I can kind of give you an idea of what kind of music I'm into. But really, it's all over the broad spectrum of the music because I love music. Oh my gosh, I don't know what we would do without music.
That's fair. There wouldn't be much to do without music. It adds to everything. Movies, everything.
Yeah.
Music just helps with everything. So I get that.
Yes, definitely. It also helps with riding too. I always love listening to music while I ride. Just helps keep a tempo too if you just have a good playlist when you're working out as well. Yeah, so I love it. I love it all.
Yeah, that's
Who did you say your favorite rap artist though was?
My favorite rap artist now, or like of all? When I was younger, it was 50 Cent.
All time, and then for now, because I know that it changes constantly too.
Yeah, I think my favorite like growing up and probably all time is 50 Cent. Which
oh man, he's got so many hits, the Massacre album, like so many.
Yep. And then right now is a rapper called Roddy Ricch, which I don't know if you know who that is, but
the hit at the last tip of the flat,
Yep.
He's got that. Yep. Definitely. Yeah, I love music, so that's why I'm like, I love all of it.
Well, there you go. You know everything. You know your stuff, so I believe it. I'm not gonna. I won't test you on more. I may test you on some. Do you know who Gary Moore is? You know?
Oh shoot, you had to know. I was like, no, but honestly, I'll be honest. So I don't know who Gary Moore is. So I guess I don't know everything.
We got her. We called her out there. All right, but the pace is still looking good. We're 2 laps in. Just having some fun here, eating some crackers, listening to some music. But I don't know. I'm drinking a Sprite. Although you won't be able to see it, it's gonna have some of the background into it because it's green. But Crucial Bowl, what is your favorite musical and musical interest? What are your musical interests? Luis as well. I don't know if you're in the stream now, but I see you in the chat. So I guess we'll ask you the same question. You do not want to hear me sing right up to 350. Luis, I see you. I see you on the stream now.
Yeah, I missed the first ride. I was doing a workout before this, and I didn't quite finish on time. Did you ask me something? Sorry, I was also chatting here.
Well, yeah,
in the
I wanted
chat.
to want to get your musical interest. What kind of music do you listen to?
Oh yeah, I like blues and jazz. Actually, are pretty good. Like the chill jazz, like. Like Georgia in My Mind by oh man, I can't remember the name of the guy. Ray Charles. Yeah.
Ray Charles.
Okay. Yeah, Ray Charles. I don't know if you know him. He's blind and he passed away already. I'm not sure, but he would play the piano and stuff.
Yeah, I do know who Ray Charles is.
Okay.
But I do know. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah. So that kind of music is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fair. Hopefully you can do the next one. Mod KG says great taste, so you have some support of your music taste in the chat.
Yeah,
I started to the next one.
I started a poll. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can go. Go. We have plenty of time.
I was just gonna say, I started a poll in the chat about who wants to listen to you sing in the club, and I think everyone raised their hands there. So.
Well, I think my vote counts for 10, and I say no on that one. So, maybe another time we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll just record it, do like a whole music video. No.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know if anyone wants me to actually do that on stream here. I'm sure that the powers above for CVR would not enjoy that. Although the mod does say that they want to see it, so maybe they wouldn't mind. But I think I'm gonna pass for now. We'll see how I'm feeling in 20 minutes. But for now, I'm gonna have to pass on that.
All right, we'll let the 50 Cent do all the singing then.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to do something unprecedented here. I want to ask Victor his musical preference here. I want to see if I know his mic's connected, so I want to hear Victor talk. Maybe he can accidentally press the Jesper button and we can see Victor in his hoodie and sunglasses telling us about his favorite music.
Right. I was about to text you, Aaron. So should I do it?
There we go.
Okay, I guess so. Well, what I was gonna say was rock, all from blues to grunge. Especially I like right now is Alice in Chains, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Queen, Thin Lizzy. So anything that's rock, like that's what I like.
Is that what you listen to while you're helping us with the stream? You just listen to rock in the background?
Maybe.
And I want to ask you, while you're here, how's your time on Barnyard Velo?
Not good. I think I'm.
What about Mountain Bike by Jess
now?
No, just the two that I'm beating you.
Yeah, I'm losing, but we'll see.
All right. Well, maybe that'll be map of the week next week. Actually, I already know what I'm going to pick for map of the week next week. But I have no classical in here. Thank you for talking, Victor. If you ever want to talk in here, be my guest. It'll be fun. But there's one more day left on the challenge that I put out. We're going to make some changes next week. Well, I'm going to make some changes next week just to make it a little more inclusive because I know it's a little difficult now with like the recording and then only controller because of the time. So I think I'm going to separate it into two, a controller and a physical, and have two separate times. I probably won't be putting up money again because I don't have that much money to put up. But we will try it out and see how it goes. Everyone's still at a pretty good heart rate here. I see Kayla's at 165 on her equalized heart rate. So keeping this pace, it's not too much of an effort. Nigel at 134 on his equalized heart rate, and then Vanessa at 166 on her equalized heart rate as the sweeper. So just keeping their heart rates at a good level. Getting a ride in here, having fun, not killing themselves. Which on the races that we normally have for the World Cup, people really really put the hurt down on themselves and others. And now we have a question from Luis in the chat. How about TV shows? My favorite TV shows are I really like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and The Good Place. Those are my top two. Daniel, we got to ask you actually as well, music tastes and TV shows. You got two questions. Let's get some good answers here.
I don't listen to a lot of music, so I guess rock. I don't actually even own any music. I usually just listen to like podcasts or something. But TV shows, what do I like? I'm big into anime. I think the last one I really liked was Rising of Shield Hero.
All right, going back down to 250?
I've only watched one
favorite TV show.
One Piece. I know I have a lot of friends that watch that. I've only watched one anime, and it was One Punch Man. I don't know if you've watched that. Okay, yeah. So I've watched that, and I really enjoyed that. But that's the only one I've watched. So I may try to get into some other ones. I have a lot of friends that watch it as well. But so you don't listen to music and you listen to podcasts. So that's not a bad alternative. What kind of podcasts do you listen to?
Usually it's all like cycling related stuff mostly. So it'd be like the Ask a Trainer Road podcast is like the main one I watch. And then there's like a few sciencey ones like Star Talk Radio. I listen to that. And then my partner and I sometimes listen to like ghost story ones every now and then. But, yeah,
you ever watch Cade Corner? Do you ever watch that podcast?
I do actually. I watch that like the minute it comes out, if I'm at work or not.
There we go. Awesome. They need to get a fourth host for that. I'm not going to name who should be the fourth host for Cade Corner, but I think they should add a fourth host. But thank you for for the answers. And now we got to make the rounds, see everyone's favorite TV shows. But now we know, we're getting to know all the riders. Nigel, do you have a favorite TV show or a couple TV shows that you really like?
Yeah, several. Battlestar Galactica, the new series. Well, because I'm old enough to remember the first series with Lorne Green. Um, Game of Thrones. That was epic. I'm
Did
currently
you?
watching House of Cards on Netflix.
Okay. House of Cards, yeah. I've heard good things about House of Cards. I haven't watched it yet. But I
Yeah,
want to ask you about Game of Thrones. Have you finished it and did you like the last season? Because I heard a lot of bad things about the last season compared to everything else, but
yeah,
I
no,
just
I
want to get
did.
your take on it.
Yeah, no, I've seen the final season. Yeah, I was happy with the end. I was in two minds about it, and then I thought about it over a couple of days, and I thought, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with the end.
Well, that is good. We're going to say that that's the final stamp saying that it's an okay last season and everyone else is
Yeah,
wrong.
no,
So thank you
no,
for that.
but they certainly spent some money on it, on the battle scenes.
Yeah, I heard that the CGI and a lot of the stuff was pretty high
Oh,
budget.
yeah, it was
So
incredible.
I need to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, any of it, because I never thought I had time, but now I'm probably going to have a lot of time. So this might be the opportunity to watch it. Um, Thank you for that, Nigel. We got 300 meters left now in this group ride. We will make the rounds as we go through, but we'll take it to Kayla. Actually, we'll let her cover what the pace is for the next one as we go into Cade Peak. It's 3 laps. There's no uncrashable ability, but Kayla, what's the plan for the next one as leader again? What's the plan for the next?
Yeah, we're just finishing up on Cityscape right now. So completed the 4 laps on there. Just wanted to finish out on a 250 equalized watts, just keep everybody together. But yeah, for the next one, at least if they can have a chance to cool down. We have around, I believe, around like 5 minutes until the next event starts. But for Cade Peak though, the plan is that we're gonna kind of go the same equalized watts. It's different just because there is elevation in Cade Peak. It's not a flat course like Cityscape. And the difference too is, I'm going to make sure that I get to the next one real quick.
Oh,
Just want to make
I
sure
don't see
there
them.
was.
I'm having trouble with this next event as well, so
Yeah.
I don't see it. Things are not looking good here.
Yeah. We'll get this figured out. But yeah, the plan is to go to Cityscape. From Cityscape to Cade Peak, and there'll be 3 laps on there, and it's going to be a little bit different.
Yes, I'm not
sure
what's
try to
going
figure this
on.
out real quick.
Yeah, the events have disappeared for me at least. So the events seem to be gone, which is not good. We'll try to figure out what to do here. I think we're getting another one set up so that way we can have everyone in on a group right here. I think I saw earlier in the chat, it looks like Cruciable's leaving. I was just about to answer a question that he did. I think he asked earlier. But right now we are just waiting for another event to be set up so we can finish out these group rides. I think there might have been an issue with the setup of the first one. So hopefully that gets done quickly. But it will be 3 laps of Cade Peak. Again, the Comeback Kid and Quantum Shift as supers, but no uncrashable ability for this. And then the leader is Kayla again, and Vanessa will be the sweeper for this one as well. But we will see how that gets set up, because after that, then we have 5 laps of Barnyard Velo, and that's more of a race. And so that will be with Razor's Edge as an ability, which makes you tall, and then as a Razor for, I believe it is 10 seconds. Yes. And then we have, but as an ability, it's on the whole time, so people will be very fast. And then you get 1 corner caper, which means that you don't slide out in corners. 1 inertia, which holds your speed wherever you're at when you pop it for 10 seconds. And then you also have 1 underdog, which will give you 50 watts of extra power for per rider in front of you. So that one will be more of an actual race between the people, where this next one on Cade Peak will be a group ride when it happens. And we will see when it happens. But like in the chat, stay tuned for our second ride, maybe. But it should happen at some point. I believe in it. I believe in the team. Sometimes there's issues. You just got to go with the flow. I'm going to blame Victor on this. We'll just say it was Victor's fault, which most of the time is true. So, shouldn't be too bad to just blame him. But it looks like we have an event now that is available. So if you see it, event 2 of 3 should be the one to join. It's called event 2 of 3. It starts in 7 minutes. So get in there, 6 minutes, 30 seconds. If you're riding, check in there and it should be all set up. Little bit of an issue, but we made it through. We're going, we're figuring it out. It's working out well. We have, it might be some different power-ups and supers here, just because we had to set it up quickly, but it is there. So everyone join in. Even if you're watching, come join in, controller or controller or physically. You can come in and have fun. We do have 5 minutes and 50 seconds left. Let's go to Kayla, and then you can you re-explain the pace that you're looking to set here?
Yeah, so this one we're going to go between, it's about 5 minutes per lap, and then we got 3 laps. Yeah, I believe we have 3 laps set up on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to just aim for just slow, just get the legs moving right out, just a little bit under 200 equalized watts at the beginning for a minute, and then we'll go to around 4 minutes at the 250. We'll try to keep that pace going up the hill because there is an ascent on Cade Peak, and just make sure that you're changing your cadence out. Just making sure that you're making it easier for you to tackle that ascent, because there is going to be a slow, steady ascent throughout it. But we're going to keep the 250 going up the ascent and a little bit down the descent, just because we don't want to do a high pace there, just because that we will crash out in the corners, because there are some technical corners on the descent. So we want to make sure that we just keep that around 250 equalized watts going down the descent as well, because that'll allow everyone to stay together, because again, the first event had the uncrashable on as an ability, so you didn't really have to worry about crashing into others or crashing into corners. But this one, you do have to be aware with that being off. Make sure you have your backward camera on as your secondary, just so you can make sure that when you're changing lanes, that you can see everyone coming in the different lanes behind you, because there's also, we got the big pack, because this is going to be the leader and sweeper event, so everyone's going to stay together, and it might get pretty congested when we're going down that descent, and then we're going to be sliding out in the corner. So want to make sure we're keeping that 250 down the descent as well. And then once we're down the descent, halfway down the descent, then we're going to pick it back up to 350. And I know I'm saying a lot right now, but I'll be calling it out, just keeping it simple, starting off a little bit slow, going to that 250, keeping the 250 pace, and then we'll go to the 350 once we're down that descent and we have the straightaway, because then we don't really have to worry about those corners and the speed going down those descents. And then also just be aware that there is quite a few obstacles in this, and when we get congested and we're staying as a group, again, Uncrashable is not as an ability, so you have it as a super. So if you do find yourself, getting in a pack and finding yourself, you may go into an obstacle or somebody else, you can activate that super, and it will allow you not to crash for an X amount of time. So just some tips to go through as we're going through Cade Peak. It is a more technical map. This is considered a higher skill event. So it's good to get practice, and don't worry if you crash either. That's why we have the sweeper on as an ability, because it will bring you right back up. If you crash, you'll be brought right back up to us, and you'll be staying with the group. And it's just a good time to just practice all the other supers. There's Quantum Shift, there's the Underdog. So, it's just a time to have fun and ride with the group and get more familiar with Cade Peak and just the technical difficulty of it as well. So this should be good. But I'll call out the speeds and everything too as well. My mic will be open.
All right. Thank you for that. I was going to let you just keep going. You were just going to do my job for me. I was going to let it happen. We will ask before favorite TV shows. Go.
Oh, yeah. I know that we were talking about Game of Thrones, and absolutely love Game of Thrones. So you're definitely going to have to watch that, Aaron. I felt like the last season was rushed, but I mean, like Nigel said, it was just great cinematics. There's just so much going on, so that one's fantastic. Definitely need to watch that. I'd give it an A+ review. But also, I just finished, I don't watch too much TV, but I watched, just finished the Amazon original it's called Hunters. And that was so amazing. It's, there's a lot going on in it. It's kind of, it's just an amazing show. So if you're looking for a show, watch Hunters. It's on Amazon, and fantastic show. I went through it so quickly. So it's always rough when you finish a season and then there's not a second one yet because it just came out and you're waiting. You're like, oh man, and they always leave it on a cliffhanger. But yeah, those are probably my two top shows. And yeah, like I said, I don't watch too much TV, so those are the ones that come to mind.
All right. Thank you for that. I see here this will be one lap only. So it's set up differently. And Frank wants to go 430 watts up the hill. He says he wants to make Louise pay for the workout. So, with one lap, maybe work a little harder. But we will see.
Yeah, so since there's the one lap, then we'll push out a little bit harder. Then I'll go out of the gate just trying to get, as the leader, pushing that pace. But we'll stay at the 250, and then we'll up that hill on the ascent. You'll see that we go a little bit uphill, then there's a little bit of a descent, and then once we go up the major hill, we'll push for 450 right there.
Okay.
And then just make sure that when we're on the descent that we're going to bring it down from 450, just because we want to make sure that we don't crash. But again, you have the Uncrashable as a super, so you're more than welcome to activate that too. You can always try to push it.
All right, there you go. There you have it. Got a nice little setup here that the leader has for us. And she will be calling out when the changes are made and what she's going to do. So everyone should follow that. We do have word the next race, the next map will be 4 laps of Barnyard Velo, but everything else stays the same. And on this one, it looks like we have as supers, we have Quantum Shift, Uncrashable, and Underdog as supers on this one, or might be Come By Kid. My brain is shutting off, but but we have this pace at 250 right now. Nigel up ahead a little bit, hitting that wall, not able to go past here. Daniel on controller. We have Luis, who's a little bit behind, just after getting his workout in. We're gonna make him work a little harder. He thought he was gonna have a fun ride, but no, we're gonna make him work. So he looks like he's ready for it. He's excited for it. So that can be fun. But yes, as ModKG says in the chat, you can notice how their bikes are lit up on the nearby riders list. You have Vanessa, who's a sweeper with the pink looks like fire, but like sweeping up
All right,
behind.
let's put 450. Going up all the way up the
450.
ascent. 450.
Luis is pushing now.
Keep it going.
It looks like Daniel is really, really working hard here, trying to keep up with everyone. And then we also say we have word that look, now he's drinking his tea. This is too tough for him going up this at 450. He might need both hands to start changing lanes here soon, but for now, I think he's just helping Luis with a little bit of a draft here. But I just got word that we have favorite movies from Mod KG. We have anything romantic. So would that be like The Notebook or just any romantic movie? I think The Notebook is a fairly good movie. I think it gets a bad rap. And then Vanessa says any Bond movies. So it looks like I crashed back on. But we have a lot of different movie tastes here, a lot of different TV show movie taste, and music taste. But everyone can enjoy what they enjoy. Game of Thrones seems to be a big one that I know. I don't think I've heard anyone say that they don't like Game of Thrones. I'm sure there are people that don't like it, but I have not heard it. And then I see Victor says Johnny English favorite movie. I feel like that's like a parody type movie just by the name, and I don't know why. I've never watched it before, but it sounds like a parody type movie. But we see Monkey G says rom-coms all the way. So I don't know. I haven't watched many movies lately myself. But
we'll go down to 250 right now, and then with the last
down to
0.4, right as we go around this corner, we'll just go as hard as you can. Since this is one lap, give it all you got.
There you go. She's trying to tire everyone out so she can win the last map. That's what I'm hearing from that.
Hey.
But we see Mikey just says Nigel's taking it to heart. I see Frank using his underdog ability just to get to the finish here. One lap. So a little less work than the previous ones. Would have been 3 laps, but save some time and energy for the next map. We'll see if the event has been set up. I don't know if it has yet, but we shall see. I'll let you know when it is set up. But MyKG says that they don't like Game of Thrones, but they've never seen it. So they just wanted to be that one person. They wanted to be that person. But it should be event 3 of 3 in the list when it shows up. If it shows up, yes, it's in there now. 5 minutes. So join if you can. Event 3 of 3. We have Razor's Edge as an ability, Corner Caper as a super. For 10 seconds, you can't slide out in corners. Inertia, your speed doesn't change for 10 seconds unless you bump someone, run into the back of someone. And then Underdog, which wasn't used in the previous one. Sunshower, thank you for the host. 10 seconds, you have 50 watts for every rider ahead of you. You get 50 per rider, and it stacks up to 10 riders. So we will have 4 minutes until it starts. But Sunshower, how are you doing? It's good to have you here. We don't have a leader or a sweeper on this one. This one's gonna be a race. I want to see some power put down. I think Daniel may take this one. It's 4 laps instead of 5. So we'll see who's going to take this. But thank you, Kayla, for leading that and talking and explaining everything. It was good to have you to explain what was going on, as you're the one leading it. So do appreciate that. But let's go talk to Daniel. I saw you looking relaxed, drinking your tea while riding, but now it's down to business. You're the only controller rider, do you know your corner speeds here? Are you ready to try to take this one, or do you think one of the physical people might take it from you if you crash too much?
I know the corner speeds fairly well, so I don't think a physical person will take it from me if I like actually went for it. But I don't really have an intention of crushing all the physical people with my controller. I'm just gonna hang out in the pack and play around with practicing how to feather the controller to maintain speeds better, and just let whatever happens happens. I figure this will give me more practice for trying to take times on like Barnyard Velo where it's like crucial to hold a specific wattage instead of just like jamming on the power and then letting it off and hoping my speed doesn't go over the corner speeds.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll see if you cause any crashes here. I think that's what you're actually going for when you're in the pack. You're gonna try to make other people slide out into you. I see the games you're playing here. Kayla was playing games on the last one to try to make everyone tired, and you're in here trying to wreck people, which I appreciate. We don't see enough wrecks now. Everyone's starting to get all the maps down, so I want to see some more crashes. So if you can cause some, I'll be much appreciated. So thank you. But I see Luis still in the chat, so let's go talk to him since he's trying to call me out in the chat here. So I'm going to call you out by talking to you. Well, do you have a problem with me wanting people to wreck?
That's your favorite thing. I think you took on being a commentator so you could actually get like first row view on everyone's crashes. It's all good. It's all good. We will just try not to crash.
That's what it seems like. People crash less whenever I'm commentating. I think it's because I call it out so much, so they get a little self-conscious and they want to go a little slower and not wreck. So maybe I should stop, and then it'll happen more. I don't know.
Hey, yeah, reverse psychology. Just say no one's gonna crash, and then everyone will be self-conscious and actually do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. So no one's gonna crash, and especially no one's gonna crash into Barney the Barn Door, everyone's favorite CVRcade mascot here. So no one will crash into Barney the Barn Door.
We'll see. I'll crash on purpose now, just because you said
that. Thank you. No, you got to try to win this one, since this one is more of a race style. So I want to see some people actually put some power down. I know you had a workout, but this is your last event of the day. Get in there. 10 seconds left. We'll let you get ready to go. Get those legs going. But here we go. Everyone's out the gate. This one will be more of a race here. And then there's Daniel out on the front, but he's not putting it down super hard. Oh, but Frank uses Daniel being in front to do his underdog, get 50 extra watts of power there for 10 seconds. And then the corner caper going into this corner. Daniel slides out maybe into Frank there, because Frank was going by, but this corner caper for Frank should last through, and he almost slides out into a hay bale but goes through, and then Vanessa goes down later on. Daniel slides out in the corner. I think he's still testing everything, but Frank is up in the lead by 9 seconds. Luis in second, but Frank has used his two of his supers. I don't think he used his inertia, but he did use his underdog and corner caper. So that is gone. And so now someone could use that underdog to gain some more speed, inertia afterwards. Who really knows? But there may be, we got a lot of wrecks there. So that was exciting, but still no Barney the Barn Door wrecks, which is upsetting. So hopefully we can see one of those before the night's over. Although I'm sure no one wants to be the one person that is the one that crashes there. But it looks like, I don't know if Kayla got into this race. I'm not sure what happened there. But she doesn't look like she's in here. I don't see, maybe, oh, I'm blind. I see you in there. I don't know. Your name just disappeared on my screen. I was like, wait, what's going on? Okay. Sorry. She's in there. She's in fourth place. So she was trying to get other people tired, and it may have worked, but Frank looks like he is pushing and doing well here. But he comes around, he's going by this barn door and doesn't wreck. Make sure to get over, and he doesn't need to. Luis goes out in a corner, and now he's in 4th place, and Nigel is in 2nd. Everyone's making it through the barn with no issues. I might just have to watch one of these fake riders. Yeah, we'll have to watch a fake rider to get the wreck. But yes, no leader or sweeper, so more like a race. So that's why you see Frank going out on the front. He's ready to get it, but Kayla is in 2nd place, 10 seconds back. Wants to probably take it from him just for bragging rights purposes. There's always a battle between Kayla and Frank to see. They always are talking back and forth to each other, talking trash, mostly when it comes to the controller racing. But I want to stir the pot a little bit more. So I think Kayla's going to try to come back here. She's only 9 seconds back now. So the gap is shrinking a little bit, and she still has her supers available. And Nigel is right behind her. Luis 10 seconds back, and Daniel in 5th place. And I think Daniel was being honest. He's not trying to really win it. Just work on his control, work on getting through these corners and knowing when to slow down and how to control his speed with a controller. But Frank going on the straightaway, Kayla doing the same thing. Kayla and Nigel both use their underdogs here to try to gain some speed on this longer, more straight path that has less curves, so you can build up more speed. And then Nigel uses his corner caper, and they are closing in on Frank here. Nigel is within 5 seconds, and Kayla goes down in the corner just barely. And you have Luis uses his inertia and corner caper going through these curves past the barn door and gets to the hay bales there and is now in 3rd place. So Nigel is only 4 seconds down from Frank. I believe Frank still has his underdog, and then Nigel goes down. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if he was just going a little fast and tried to change lanes. But now Luis moves into 2nd place, and Frank still has a 10-second lead. So Frank, with that beginning move, really got out in front, and now he just has to ride his race here. 1 lap after this one, they're on the 3rd lap, so there's going to be 1 lap left after this. And it's going to be tough to get that 10-second gap down, but we'll see if Luis can do it. And Kayla goes down in a corner trying to catch back up. With this, it is because of these turns, it can be more technical. There are the obstacles on course, which make it a little difficult there. But Frank's going into this last little straightaway. It's not straight, but it's straight enough that it works for that purposes. But he tries to change lanes going into this corner at a high speed and crashes, so that gives other people some time to catch up. But he still has this 10-second lead, but now it's down to 2 seconds. So Luis is only 2 seconds, 1 second behind Frank, going to the door, and he just cooks it a little too hard in the corner. I thought he was going to make it through. But Nigel's only 3 seconds behind, so we will see if Nigel can make it up with 800 meters left to go. But Frank, I think, will be determined. He's probably mad at himself for crashing in that corner. But Luis almost had it. I think just a half second, and he would have made it through that corner and been safe. But sometimes you think you have it, and it just doesn't work. Nigel uses his inertia. I think he knows the corner speed here, so he uses inertia and knows that he's going the exact speed he needs to go to get through the corners without crashing. And he has the gap within 3 seconds to Frank. He sees him right up the road, but there's only 300 meters left, and Luis, trying to catch up, crashes down, and Kayla may pass here, but you still have Frank 2 seconds up. Nigel is just inching closer and closer, but it might be too little too late. We will see. He's coming in, and there's last full straightaway, and I think Nigel tries to change lanes and wrecks, so Frank will take this one. If he doesn't wreck into anything, he takes this, the one official race of the day. And now Nigel looks like he's going to finish out here in second. Kayla going to come in third. Luis in fourth. Daniel on controller in fifth. He's still cooking the corners, trying to figure out these corner speeds and get it right. and not too far behind for the amount of wrecks. But on controller, I see as Luis comes around this corner here, bikes to the end. That workout got the best of him before these races, so didn't have it in him to go through. And then Vanessa in 6th, going on her last lap. But you see Daniel focusing, just trying to get the mechanics down with the controller. It can be a lot of fun to try to get the best time on the controller. Maybe not as much fun as the actual as riding physically. But you see Frank takes the one race that was an official race. I'm sure that he'll try to brag to everyone about that as well. No, but it was a lot of fun today. The group rides are more fun. We don't really have highlights because it was just riding, getting to know each other, talking about music, movies, all of that. So it was a lot of fun. Some technical difficulties and talking difficulties, but we made it through. So thank you, Sunshower, for being here. Thank you, Crucible. I know you were in here earlier. Thanks, Luis, being in the chat and in the stream. ModKG, always nice having you in here, being able to joke and talk about stuff. So I appreciate everyone in there. Thank you, Victor, for making an audio appearance as well. So it was a fun night. And until next time, I will see you later.
But no, Beth, yours goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marbles. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.